Hi friends, in this video I will explain the concept of definition of packet switching and describe the types of the packet switching for 7 marks. So first we need to define the packet switching definition. So packet switching, it is a method of data transmission in which information is broken into the small manageable piece called packets. Each packet is sent independently through a network. They can take a different route to reach the destination. Once all packets arrive, they are reassembled in the correct order to recreate the original message. So based upon the bandwidth or maybe the size, the packet it can be divided, because 100 GB of data I can't able to send at a time, right? So within that, based upon the several the constraints are present, bandwidth and speed, all those things are present. Then these 100 GB of the data it can be divided into the small pieces. So these pieces will call it as a packets. So these packets it can be sent in the network to reach the destination. Once it has been reached onto the destination, it can resemble the original data. So although in data communication switching techniques are divided into the two broad categories, circuit switching and packet switching, only packet switching is used at the network layer because the unit of data at this it is a packet. So circuit switching is mostly used at the physical layer. The electrical switch mentioned earlier is a kind of the circuit switch. So next we'll see the what and all the approaches are present, or maybe types of packet switching are present. So here the packet switching can use the two different approaches to route the packet. First is the datagram approach and then virtual circuit approach. So first we'll see the datagram packet switching. So in this we need to write a diagram and the corresponding explanation also we need to write it. So first it is a datagram packet switching. So each packet is treated independently with no pre-established path. So routing decisions are made for each packet at every node. So in this there is no initiation, the process of present or handshaking, it is not present, right? Just there is no pre-established path also present. As the packet or maybe network it has been present, the destination it will reach the corresponding data. So examples are UDP, user datagram protocol. So this UDP which can be utilized in a connectionless networks. So here the connectionless packet in a switched network. So in this we will be having the sender and then receiver it has been present, and then out of that we will be having the connectionless datagrams are present. So the packet it has been sent 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So in this these 4 packets which will not go through in the same order, right? So in this if you taken for example of the packet 1, so which has in goes under the R1 and then the R4 and then R5. So and then if you take the second packet R1 to the R2 again R5 and then it will reach onto the receiver. Next if you take the packet 3, so it will reach onto the R1, R3, R4 and then R5. So next similarly the fourth packet, so it will goes via R1 to R3 and then directly R5. So as the discussion of the previous definition, so these as the path it has been present, so all the packets it has been reached and then so finally the original the data it can be, or maybe all the packets it will be arrive at the receiver. So next, so second it is the what virtual circuit packet switching. So a logical path or virtual circuit is established between the sender and receiver before any packet are sent. So in this, as the name itself which is going to indicate in circuit packet switching. So before sending a packet, the path or circuit it has to be established. Packet follow the same route which helps to maintain the order of transmission. So examples, transmission control protocols and then frame relay. So if we take an examples of connection oriented network, we will be having the what TCP protocol in use. So in this diagram we can able to observe a virtual circuit packet switched network. So similarly, as previously we had discussed the connectionless the circuit switching. So we will be having the 4 packets. Here also we are going to considering the 4 packets, but it will make a correct path or maybe unidirectional path to reach the destination, because it first the path it has to be established, and then based on that only it can reach unto the destination. So all the packets 1 2 3 4 R1, R3, R4, and then finally it has been received onto the receiver. So which is going to indicating the virtual path it has been established to reach the destination. So a virtual circuit approach is a type of connection oriented service used in the data communication network before transmitting a data. A logical connection known as the virtual circuit is established between the sender and receiver. All data packets then follow this predefined path through the communication session. So in this we will be having the how the within the router the forwarding data or maybe routing it has been present. So before that we need to understand some of the legends. So SA means source address, DA means destination address, L1, L2 are the labels. So L1 it is an incoming label, within that our data, destination address and then source address are present. So these it has been passed in the network layer. So within that what and all the entries are present. So incoming, what is the incoming port and then corresponding incoming label, and then for outgoing port and then label. If you take this incoming label, we will be having the what port number 1 it is going to incoming, and then label L1 it has been entering the router, and then similarly outgoing, for this what are the outgoing things are present. Port 2 will be having outgoing, and then label L2 it is outgoing. So in this the incoming it has been comes, and then where it has been goes out. So that thing it has been stored onto this forwarding table. In virtual circuit approach, the forwarding decision is based on the label of the packet. So to create a connection oriented services, 3 phases process is used: setup, data transfer and then tear down. So in the setup phase, the source and then destination address of the sender and receivers are used to make a table entries for connection oriented service. In the tear down phase, the source and then destination inform the router to delete the corresponding entries. Data transfer occurs when these 2 phases are present. So initially which is going to establishing a path. Once the path it has been established, next data transfer it will take place. So after the data transfer completes, so next we need to, or by the network itself, it needs to deallocate the what and all the resources it has been allocated. So in the setup phase, establish a virtual circuit between a source A and destination B using a request and then acknowledgement packet. So request steps in a setup. Request packet, source A sends a request packet to the router R1, and then router R1 so identifies the outgoing port for a packet to B, assigns the incoming port, incoming label, outgoing port. So these things it can the what indicated here, what is the incoming it has been coming, and then what is outgoing it has been going, all those things it can be identified. And then acknowledgement, once upon we are going to successfully deliver the packet to the corresponding destination, so how the acknowledgement it has been reaches. So here when you take an example of this or the what opposite direction, we will be having the acknowledgement for this whatever the packet it has been delivered. So from B to the R4 we will getting acknowledgement. Again this R4 to the R3 will be getting the acknowledgement, and then R3 to the R1 we are going to getting the acknowledgement. So and then R1 to this node we are going to getting a acknowledgement, because the whole the corresponding the network, this acknowledgement it will not be the same. So and then for that corresponding the entries it has been made. So what is the port it has been coming, and then label for incoming, again similarly outgoing. So similarly R3, and then for R4 so we will be having the the forwarding tables are present. And then during the data transfer phase, so which is going to sending a data without any interruption. So if you take an examples of your mobile phone, so we will make a call to the destination, and then we will talk for a few minutes or 10 minutes or half an hour. So within that the resources it has been reserved. and then when you just click onto the cut button or maybe red button, so the resource it can be deallocated. So similarly, once the data transmission it has been completed, then all the resources it has been deallocated takes place. So and then tear down phase. So end the virtual circuit once the data transmission is complete. Source A sends the tear down packet to the destination B, and then destination B responds with the confirmation packet. Each router along the path R4, R3, R1 deletes the virtual circuit entries from its routing table.